What if the greatest fortune you will ever build is not waiting in the stock market, not hidden in a business opportunity, and not locked behind a degree, a connection, or luck, but already exists inside your own mind? Think about that for a moment. Every skyscraper began as a thought. Every invention, every empire, every life-changing achievement was once invisible, nothing more than an idea in someone's imagination. Before wealth becomes visible in your bank account, in your lifestyle, or in your reality, it first becomes alive in your thoughts. This is one of the most powerful lessons taught by Napoleon Hill, the idea that thought is not just a mental activity. Thought is creative energy. It is the blueprint of destiny. The richest people in the world did not simply work harder than everyone else. They learned to think differently. They learned how to direct their minds with purpose, belief, and unwavering focus. But here is the truth most people never discover. Your thoughts are either building your future or quietly destroying it. Every doubt, every fear, every excuse has a cost. And every vision, every decision, every bold belief has the power to create abundance. So the question is, what are your thoughts creating right now? In today's journey, you are going to uncover the hidden power of thought for wealth creation. You will learn how your mind can become your greatest financial asset, how successful people program their thinking, and how you can begin using the same principles starting today. Stay with me until the very end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you see money, success, and yourself forever. Lesson 1: Thoughts become reality. The foundational premise of all human achievement rests upon the metaphysical bridge between the internal landscape of the mind and the external landscape of physical reality. This is not merely a philosophical abstraction or a comforting platitude, it is a psychological and biological imperative. Our brains are essentially sophisticated filtering mechanisms designed to process an overwhelming influx of data based on what we deem significant. When you cultivate a dominant thought, a recurring mental image, or a persistent internal dialogue, you are effectively programming your reticular activating system (RAS) to highlight specific environmental cues that align with that thought. If your internal narrative is dominated by the specter of failure, your mind becomes an expert at identifying risks, obstacles, and reasons to retreat. Conversely, when success becomes the primary frequency of your consciousness, your brain begins to tune into resources, partnerships, and coincidences that were previously invisible to you. The soil of the mind does not discriminate between the seeds of a weed and the seeds of a titan. It simply provides the nutrients for whatever is planted most deeply and watered most frequently. To understand that wealth creation begins with a mental picture is to understand the nature of architecture. No skyscraper has ever been erected without first existing as a blueprint. And no blueprint exists without first being a spark of imagination in the mind of the architect. In the realm of personal finance and life mastery, you are both the architect and the builder. Most individuals operate in a state of reactive consciousness, allowing their environment to dictate their thoughts. They see a low bank balance and think poverty, thereby reinforcing the cycle. The elite, however, practice proactive consciousness. They possess the disciplined ability to look at a meager bank account and think abundance in progress. This mental sovereignty is the hallmark of the self-made individual. They do not wait for the physical world to provide permission to feel successful. They claim the feeling of success as a primary cause, knowing that the physical effect must eventually follow. This is the law of cause and effect applied to the human psyche. Thought is the cause and life experience is the effect. The danger of the fertile soil analogy lies in the subtlety of the planting process. We often believe we are thinking about success when, in reality, we are worrying about the lack of it. There is a profound vibrational and psychological difference between "I want to be rich" and "I am terrified of being poor." Both focus on money, but the latter plants seeds of fear and limitation. When you focus on problems, you give them energy and dimension. You become a person who is good at having problems. However, when you shift your focus to solutions, you transition into a creator. This mental shift alters your biochemistry, reducing cortisol levels that cloud judgment and increasing dopamine and serotonin, which enhance creativity and social intelligence. This biological upgrade is what allows the wealthy to navigate crises that would paralyze the average person. They are not smarter by birth, they are better programmed by choice. They understand that their mental real estate is the most valuable asset they own, and they guard it against the weeds of negative suggestion with absolute ruthlessness. Lesson 2. Desire is the starting point of riches. Desire is the primordial spark that ignites the engine of progress. In Napoleon Hill's timeless philosophy, desire is distinguished from mere wishing by its intensity and its singular focus. A wish is a passive hope that something good might happen without a corresponding change in the self. A burning desire, however, is a transformative psychological state that consumes all alternatives. It is the point of no return where an individual decides that their vision is not just a possibility but a necessity. This level of desire acts as a gravitational force, pulling in the necessary resources and repelling distractions. When a person is possessed by a burning desire, their subconscious mind is constantly working, even in sleep, to solve the puzzles required to reach the goal. This is why the history of great fortunes is almost always a history of individuals who were considered obsessed by their peers. Obsession is simply the word that the unmotivated use to describe the highly committed. The mechanics of desire involve a profound emotional commitment that transcends logic. Logic is often the enemy of great achievement because logic is based on what has already been done. Desire, conversely, is concerned with what can be done. It is the emotional fuel that allows a person to endure the long night of the soul, those periods of silence, rejection, and apparent failure that precede every major breakthrough. When your purpose is fueled by a burning desire, your relationship with failure undergoes a radical shift. You no longer view a setback as a sign to quit. You view it as a necessary data point. The emotional stakes are so high that quitting becomes more painful than continuing through the struggle. This is the secret of unstoppable persistence. Persistence is not a personality trait, it is a byproduct of the intensity of the desire. If the why is deep enough, the how will eventually reveal itself through sheer dogged repetition and refinement. Furthermore, a burning desire necessitates a clear understanding of sacrifice. To achieve something extraordinary, one must be willing to trade the ordinary. You cannot hold on to the safety of the shore while seeking new continents. True desire involves a cold, hard calculation of what you are willing to give up, be it comfort, leisure, social approval, or old habits. This clarity of trade-off is what separates the dreamer from the achiever. The dreamer wants the result without the process. The person with desire embraces the process as the path to the result. When your mission is clear, every action you take is filtered through the lens of your ultimate objective. You become highly efficient because you no longer have the energy for trivialities. This singularity of purpose creates a laser effect. While a light bulb scatters energy and lights a room, a laser focuses that same energy to cut through steel. Desire is the lens that focuses your human energy into a laser capable of carving a fortune out of the raw material of life. Lesson 3. Faith multiplies thought power. If thought is the blueprint and desire is the fuel, then faith is the electricity that powers the entire system. In this context, faith is not necessarily a religious construct, but a state of mind that could be described as certainty before the fact. It is the ability to maintain a mental image of a completed goal with such intensity that the mind begins to treat it as a current reality. When thought is infused with faith, it bypasses the critical, doubting faculties of the conscious mind and sinks directly into the subconscious. This is vital because the subconscious mind is the seat of our habits and our automatic behaviors. Once the subconscious accepts a vision as a fact, it begins to coordinate our body language, our speech patterns, and our decision-making processes to align with that fact. You begin to carry yourself with the quiet confidence of a person who has already succeeded, which in turn attracts the trust and cooperation of others. The most common obstacle to wealth is the presence of counter-intentions, the hidden beliefs that contradict our stated goals. A person may say they want wealth, but if they harbor a deep-seated belief that wealth is evil or that they are undeserving, they are effectively driving with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. This inner conflict creates a state of psychological friction that leads to burnout and self-sabotage. Faith is the tool that eliminates this friction. By deliberately cultivating a belief in your inevitable success, you harmonize your internal world. You stop fighting yourself. This alignment creates a psychological momentum that is incredibly difficult to stop. When your thoughts and beliefs are in total agreement, you move toward your goals with a fluid, effortless power. You stop trying to be successful and start allowing your natural capabilities to manifest the results that your faith has already claimed. Faith also serves as a protective shield against the negative influences of the external world. We live in a society that is often cynical and risk-averse. Without a strong internal foundation of faith, the skepticism of friends, the volatility of the market, or the presence of competitors can easily derail a burgeoning ambition. Faith allows you to remain centered in your own truth regardless of the noise outside. It provides the courage to make bold decisions that others might deem reckless. These bold moves are often the very actions required to leapfrog from mediocrity to excellence. A person of faith doesn't need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. They trust that the staircase will continue to form as they ascend. This trust in the unseen is the ultimate hallmark of the visionary. By acting as if success is guaranteed, you trigger a series of events in the physical world that make that success a mathematical probability. Lesson 4. Autosuggestion programs the mind. Autosuggestion is the intentional process of self-hypnosis by which we take control of the programming that runs our lives. We are all products of suggestion. From childhood, we have been bombarded with the opinions of parents, teachers, media, and peers. Much of this programming is restrictive, designed to keep us safe within the boundaries of the status quo. Autosuggestion is the method by which we override these old limiting scripts and replace them with a new empowering operating system. By repeatedly feeding the mind specific, positive, and goal-oriented affirmations, we utilize the principle of neuroplasticity to physically rewire our brains. The subconscious mind does not possess the ability to distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one that is reinforced through repetition. Therefore, through autosuggestion, you can pre-experience your success until it becomes your dominant psychological reality. The practice of autosuggestion requires more than just the mechanical repetition of words. It requires the integration of emotion. Words alone are dead, but words charged with feeling are living instructions for the subconscious. When you affirm your wealth-building capacity, you must strive to feel the gratitude, the relief, and the excitement that would accompany the actual achievement of that wealth. This emotional charge acts as a carrier wave that helps the suggestion penetrate the deeper layers of the mind. If you find yourself saying, "I am a magnet for money," while feeling a sense of lack, the subconscious will prioritize the feeling over the words. To master autosuggestion, you must learn to bridge the gap between your current circumstances and your desired future by using your imagination to generate the feelings of your wish fulfilled. This is the practice of acting as if until the as if becomes as is. Consistency is the final key to effective autosuggestion. The world is constantly trying to program you with messages of scarcity and fear. Therefore, you must be even more diligent in your self-programming. This is not a task to be done once a week. It is a daily discipline, ideally performed in the quiet moments of the morning and evening, when the veil between the conscious and subconscious is thinnest. By guarding your self-talk with the same vigilance a guard might use at a palace gate, you ensure that only thoughts of value, power, and abundance are allowed entry. Over time, these repeated suggestions coalesce into a rock-solid self-image. Once your self-image changes, your reality must change to match it, because it is psychologically impossible to consistently act in a way that is inconsistent with how you see yourself. You are the programmer of your own mind. Autosuggestion is the language in which you write the code. Lesson 5. Action turns thought into wealth. The final and most critical stage in the alchemy of wealth is the transition from the mental to the physical, the bridge of action. While thoughts, desire, faith, and autosuggestion create the internal environment for success, action is the only force that can manifest that success in the three-dimensional world. There is a common trap in personal development where individuals become addicted to the feeling of inspiration, spending years visualizing and affirming without ever taking a concrete risk. This is a form of sophisticated procrastination. The universe does not reward thought alone, it rewards thought expressed through movement. Wealth is an exchange of value, and value can only be delivered through action. Whether it is providing a service, creating a product, or making an investment, some form of physical labor or strategic execution is required to complete the circuit of creation. Action also serves as the ultimate teacher and the only true antidote to fear. Fear thrives in the space between an idea and its execution. The longer you wait to act on a plan, the more time doubt has to creep in and paralyze your progress. However, the moment you take the first step, no matter how small, the fear begins to dissipate. Action generates feedback, and feedback allows for the refinement of the plan. A perfect plan that is never executed is worthless, whereas a flawed plan that is acted upon can be adjusted, improved, and eventually led to success. This is why the wealthiest people are characterized by a bias toward action. They understand that the first step often reveals the second, and that momentum is a powerful force in its own right. By moving, you put yourself in the path of opportunity. You cannot steer a parked car. You must be in motion for the steering wheel of your intention to have any effect. Ultimately, action is the proof of faith. If you truly believe in your vision and your desire is sufficiently hot, you will find it impossible to remain idle. Action is the natural byproduct of an aligned mind. When you launch the idea, make the call, or invest in that new skill, you are sending a signal to yourself and the world that you are serious about your mission. Every great fortune began with a single, often frightening move into the unknown. This courageous move breaks the inertia of the past and sets new causes in motion. As you continue to act, you build a track record of success that further reinforces your faith and your self-image, creating a virtuous cycle of achievement. Thought is the architect, but action is the builder who lays the bricks. Without the builder, the architect's dream remains a ghost, a beautiful idea that never provided shelter for a single soul. To create wealth, you must be both the dreamer who sees the invisible and the worker who does the impossible. Now you understand one of the greatest truths ever taught about success. Wealth is first created in the mind before it appears in the world. Your thoughts are not random mental events. They are seeds. Every thought you entertain, every belief you repeat, every image you hold in your imagination is shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. This means your financial destiny is not controlled entirely by your circumstances, your past, your education, or even your current struggles. It is influenced, perhaps more than anything, by what you choose to think consistently. If you think in fear, you move with hesitation. If you think in doubt, you act with uncertainty. But if you think with vision, faith, and purpose, you move with power. Napoleon Hill understood that the human mind is one of the greatest wealth-producing tools ever created. But like any powerful tool, it must be directed intentionally. So starting today, ask yourself, what thoughts am I feeding daily? What beliefs am I reinforcing? What vision am I creating for my future? Because the life you desire may not begin with money. It may begin with a single thought, a thought backed by desire. A thought strengthened by faith, a thought repeated through discipline, a thought expressed through action, and when those forces come together, something extraordinary happens. You stop chasing success, and you start becoming the person success naturally follows. The hidden power of thought has always been there. The real question is, will you use it? And if this message awakens something inside you, carry it with you, because your next thought could be the one that changes your life forever.